What? 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 Bow, 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 bow. Oh shit. I forgot to put the link to the damn thing. Hold on 1 second. I'll never touch that, girl. Bow. I gotta put this link up in here. Copy link. What am I doing, man? What am I doing? Let me edit this. Edit message. Bow, 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 bow. And put this right here. I'll bow. And B. There we go. There we go. There we go. What up, everyone? Happy Sabbath, everybody. I hope everyone is well. I am going to give people a few minutes to get up in here, and then I'll get started. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. You can see the artwork I worked on. This is from the CD cover of Incarcerated Scarfaces. Rakim. Not Rakim, excuse me. Raekwon, excuse me. Raekwon and Ghostface. I think only built for Cuban links, man. That was back in the day. Yo, what up, yo? Time is running out. It's for real, though. Let's connect. Positive ditto. We can trade places, get lifted in the staircases. Word up. Peace to Incarcerated Scarfaces. Lime to get ditto. Time is running out. Positive ditto. What up, everybody? All right. So today, happy Sabbath. I want to do a weekend wrap up today. Welcome to Crypto Plunder, Toxic Thoughts, brought to you by ToxicHustle. The world is toxic. We're just trying to help you hustle through it. My name is Jay Tragic Jeffrey. These are my toxic thoughts where I dump my brain on the internet because, you know, it should be real out here, man. It should be real out here. Hope everybody is well. A few things came up today. So, hold on. Cats are gonna drop in a bit. It's all good. Boom, 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 boom. So let me bring this on over. So we're going to be talking about a few things today, right? There's some pivots potentially on the way. I've been watching the market, and of course, the Fed spoke this week. Fed chairman was talking. Market pulled its pull, so we're going to talk about that. Options, BTC options. All right. So first, let's get straight to the market, right? Let's talk about what's been going down. Let's go about what's going down. Now, first and foremost, let's deal with that. We need to be on the weekly. Boom. And then we're going to come out here and let us look at what has been going down. Now, we were supposed to have a dip week. We had the Fed talk this week. So I will be leaving a note because we have a pseudo bump. A bump And this is also the options expiry week. So I'm going to move the dip edge over one. Just because of the Fed speak, I'm moving it over here because now there's nothing, absolutely no reason to hold this up, right? And I believe what I'm seeing is as what's going on in the market, part of what I've been seeing on the market side, and there's something we're going to talk about also. I think I talked about in the last episode was about plunge protection, being uh, rampant, right? Hold on, let me see if I can find that. Give me a second. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Get up, get out, and get something. Yeah, that was I think get up, get out, and say something. I had plunge protection on that one. So what we're dealing with is this week the Fed chairman spoke, and on the stock we've been noticing some weirdo ish, and I think there's something coming down as far as what and how they're playing this game, and I'm going to show you something. I believe that the plunge protection team's goal is to stair step the market. So whenever you see these green days, well, this one, options are expiring. So really we'll see the fall off because we had this week, like I said, we had the Fed chair do this, or one of those. I think the Fed chair was on this day, the 24th. Hold on. When did the Fed chair speak? No. Fed chair. How? When did he speak? Plans to raise to walk a very thin line. The Fed 2 days ago. So that'd be the 27th. So that'll be Thursday, right? Did he talk on Thursday? 2 days. 2 days. So yeah, that'll be Thursday. I thought Wednesday. Wednesday? Hold on. The full. Yep, this was it. So Wednesday, a full recap of the Fed rate decision, power in March that knocked the stock market. So Wednesday. So. So that'd be 26th and the 27th. So here and here. So we had a rally, and then the Fed chairman spoke, and then the market went back down. But as I said, I believe that these things, this was plunge protection on the 24th. And I believe there's news articles now speaking as such. Let me verify. New plunge protection. News 4 days ago. It's funny. Take the plunge. Let's see if we're gonna close this off and make it an exact match. Plunge protection chain. That's December 2018. 4 days ago. Let's go all. And do it for the last week. What is the plunge protection team? Here we go. Plunge protection team might be. January 26th. January 26th. 24th. Ah, there we go. 24th, right? So as you can see, people are already. So it was the 24th that the plunge protection team pretty much came in. That we feel that they came in and saved the day on this rally. Then the Fed chairman came in, and then of course we have the options expiry that happened this week, right? So let me also check on options real fast. Data. Let's go to Bitcoin futures. Did options just expire? Boom, 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 boom. 28th of January. Bow. There you go. So options yesterday on the Bitcoin futures. All right. Just wanted to verify.
Ben, so core's out today, so I'm kind of running the show.
My bad. That's the builder team. Boom, boom, boom. So why am I doing all of this? So y'all, the fact of the matter is there is a transition happening in this economy. And what I need to do as a business owner is think about, how do I honestly think I'm going to be doing business for the next year, right? If I believe the market is going to, all right, what does it mean when interest rates go up? When interest rates go up, it means flexible capital, as far as leverage capital, being able to get loans, will start to be more expensive, right? Because prime, the interest rate of prime is going to go up, meaning if you're going to take any leverage loans, now is probably the best time to get in. Lock in your rate, lock in those zero rates if you can. If you're thinking about getting, and if you're going to leverage any loans right now, you better be able to pay, right? So, or if you have credit or you're using credit right now, I would suggest you start reducing your credit lines, because again, prime is going up, right? So y'all, I'm short in the market. Y'all know this. I am straight up short in the market at this point. Now, we're on the day you saw we crossed here. We're still going down. We're pulling down. We are bouncing our head off of this 200-day moving average. Now, I am on the S&P 500, y'all. It is attempting to try, like, it's slamming its head against it. Now, please understand, this is only because we are, and this is a pump. When did options expire also on the stock? Option expiry. January. What is our expiry this January? January 21st. Right? Single January 21st at 9:42. All right, here we go. Expire at 4 p.m. on the third Friday of their expiration month. So the third Friday. So you can see a staggered crap, right? Because now if this expires the third Friday and Bitcoin expires the last Friday of every month. So you basically got expiration. All right, I see, said the fly. Starting to understand these things. So the stock's expiry was last week, but everybody was holding on, worrying about the Fed. So those expiry, that the news that the Fed was getting ready to speak this week pretty much didn't shake the market out. But now there's nothing, and especially with Bitcoin having expired yesterday, we're going to see how the market is looking now, right? Let's go to Bitcoin and see what are we dealing with. So I said this was our pump. This is 24. This is the 31st. So we have this week, which is this one. I move this over. I believe we'll do this drop here now. And also, if I go back in time of January of the last halving cycle, that drop right there is also, I believe, which will be the last week of January. Here's January 29th. Ah, look at that. January 22nd was actually a green week. So you had the first week of January down, second week of January down, Third week of January up. Last week of January down, and then February was down. So actually, I had mapped it wrong. So first, boom, boom, boom. Let's look at that again. First week of January down. Second week of January was supposed to be down. It didn't happen. Fourth was supposed to be up. No, so it's just transition. But regardless, we still have this last week of January supposed to be down. So we're going to have this week down, right? And right here, that's the last week of January. This is the last week of January. So look, and it's a significant drop. So it's the last week of January, significant drop. We had a drop, significant. We didn't, the third week of January, we did not have a drop. So we should have one right here. So last week of January, we still had it. All right. All right. All right. All right. So last week of January, this is right. So this week is our significant drop, right? Then we have the first week of February, which will be in this range of dips that are going to be coming in. And this will be, of course, we're going to have taxes. So we're going to see some spikes. That's just people converting their tax money into crypto. So you'll see a spike up and then a spike down and then a spike up and then a spike down. Peace, Raekwon. What's going on? Right. So right now, as it stands, we are due right here for our dip. And if that dip goes here, we are talking about potentially a win. And there's a huge gap. Hold on. That's what he said. Hold on. That's too much of a gap. Hold on. Hit the monthly on this. Is that gap that wide? Or did I missed some lines. Hold on. Let's put some lines up in here. See. And now that's also going to show you how I do this. We do that there. So we need a line right here. You see between these two right there. Let's pop one right there. And we're going to change that to purple. So that way we know it's a purple line. Purple line right there. Purple lines are important. Importante. Hey, what the hell color is this? Oh, okay, it's that one. Sorry, ADD. How you do that there? You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to kill myself. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to do this. No, it didn't do that. I know what I do. Hold on. Control. I believe control and click drag. Ah, there we go. There we go. Put one right there. So that's another line. Let's try it now. Will it give me our purple? Yes, it will. All right. Oh, it's the same color, is it? It's that damn color. And that's not the one I want to do that. How you do that there? All right. And then I think we need one right here. Right there. So now, my monthly lines, you can see that's the consensus. The bank can't be a tax fund people. Spike up. Because banks can't be tax refund port. Yeah. Hold on. Here we go. So, boom, boom, right? So we know this is the last place we had any support, and we need support. And we ain't had no support down here, right? See, there's no data. There's no data. And the market don't like not having data. And especially if we got the other side of the, we've got the whole Russell and we still got to look at the S&P 500. So like I said, if you see what's going on in the market and the market still, and this will, Bitcoin controls the crypto market, but the S&P 500 and the Russell 2000 control, and even the NASDAQ control all technology, risk on assets. All risk on assets are controlled by that market. And this is why I now look at these markets that because they have a control on Bitcoin. And then, of course, Bitcoin controls the total market cap, right? So whatever, Bitcoin controls the tides of all things. So as you can see up here, and let me hit refresh real fast on this right here because it's doing one of those weirdo things. Boom. Let me see. I have to slide it out further. There we go. I do have to slide it out further. Hold on. Hold up. Let me just get this over here so it makes it easier. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so that's weirdo. That's weirdo. All right, so anyway, right now you can see it's skirting, right? So the total market cap right now is skirting at say 0.28% up. But you can see it's barely up and Bitcoin is already down, right? And then of course, it's up because people are moving into Ethereum. So what you're seeing is people pushing into Ethereum because you got better stakes on Ethereum. You're getting that 4% stake. Hold on, what's the new stake route? What's the staking that Coinbase is giving? And then of course you can get better rewards on other places. So on here, you're getting 4.50 APR, not APY, for ETH2. That's Ethereum 2.0. If you're staking it on the Coinbase, in the Coinbase exchange. Fibonacci lines. Well, the Fibonacci lines, robots trade those lines anyway, man. And that's how I came up with this strategy. Like I was sitting there one day and I just said, you know what? I want to know where my monthly lines are and I want to know where those weekly lines are. Because if this is consensus, right? Especially since I was working I was starting to work with algorithms. And then I started to look at trading bots because I lost money back here. I'm going to show you something. Let me show you. Because when everybody's talking about this coin and that coin and everything else coin, I got burnt bad. I lost a lot of money and I'm going to show you right where. And I ain't got no problem being transparent about this. I lost my shirt here. Transparency. Because even I was a jackass. Let's go all the way back 3 years ago. Back in time when I was talking about crypto back in 2017. Right? Back here. When I was calling my shot saying that there was dips and March dip and all of that. When I was out here doing that there. January dips. When I was still calling dips. And I was talking about robots all the way back then. There was this thing called BitConnect. I first came out here and I said, how the heck are they pulling this off? And they had like some ridiculous amount of percentage per day that you were getting on it. So then I did a live on that. It was my first live ever, I think. Kind of whack. And I was looking at it. If they have a robot, why can't I? So then I started looking at robots and then I found one called Gunbot and I was using Gunbot and it was good. I made a whole little thing as how I was using that software. I still have it. I just don't use it because again, it's complex and it's good for certain sniping things that I might do in the future, but you have to maintain that software on your machine and pray your machine and the bot are trading. If not, you're losing trades. So that's why I like doing my trades in the cloud because at least I don't have to worry about my power going out and missing a trade if my internet goes down. Insert BitConnect me. BitConnect! Yeah. And Rayhan, I lost money. Like I was designing and making money in BitConnect. So like I was designing graphics and all this other stuff and I was making money in the currency because I thought because the currency just kept growing. So I was like, yo, if I can get more of it. So I was like doing graphic work and accepting BitConnect for it. So now when it went belly up because I think like a couple states banned it, then all of a sudden it all fell apart. And I knew better, but then again, greed. It's just greed. And that's one of the biggest lessons I learned. And also when I started saying, I'm going to control my robot narrative, like I want to figure out these robots, but I took a step to the side. And of course, that's when I gave you the intro to crypto bots because I'm using Bitsgap, right? So, when it comes to the total, like when it comes to a lot of these cryptos, they're not going to be around. They're going to disappear, especially through this season where there's nothing important happening, y'all. Nothing important happening. And this is going to be watch all these crypto channels. watch as they have less and less to talk about because they're gonna shift to NFTs and gaming, which that's gonna be the saving, and also NFTs have been holding their weight like art. So if you think about the art world and how art holds its value. On an average, art price has decreased on an average 0.07 during the past 27 recessions, 1875 to 2000 period. Right? So if you look at that, what if NFTs even just did 0. Even if it was 1.5%? What if it was even just 2%? That's not bad if your artwork that you're purchasing isn't ridiculously priced. Like you're not buying like $500,000 or whatever, some stupid shit. But if you were thinking of, like, if you got some, and if it had utility, right? Then it might not even lose value. So now if you just had a graphic that was by a dope artist who's really doing things in the field and people really like his artwork, like not to say the next Banksy, but just like some dope designer that's just dope. Well, now all of a sudden his artwork would probably hold its value way better. NFTs are going to be the mainstream and we will all be like, I mean, right now, nah, man. We got to think about the internet bubble and all the websites and all the companies who are going to be the ish. The thing is, we've got to first wait for which network's going to be number one, because those NFTs that are on that network that then goes belly up ain't going to matter as much. Right? Who's hot right now doesn't matter, because it's like, okay, how many search engines were there in the 90s, right? How many new e-commerce websites were out there trying to be like Amazon and couldn't do it? How many people thought they were going to be the next Apple iStore and failed? So it's the same situation where this hot commodity of an NFT is dope, but these networks have minted all this revenue on it, and there's nothing to say that the network that has the traffic migrates and gets all the content on it, those other coins and whatever will begin to fail. So I'm looking at who's going to be the universal NFT blockchain. Once the everything bubble pops at this point, Raekwon, the everything bubble. And of course, if we deal with the Russell right now, and I might also have to chart the NASDAQ as well. OpenSea having issues now, and it's not decentralized enough. Exactly, man. And corruption, absolute power corrupts absolutely, and we know this. And any time that you can have people, when you see millions upon millions of dollars, and you don't think a person who's at that company is not gonna try because it's the quote unquote Wild West. No. I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna be patient. Everybody's throwing crap on a wall to see what sticks. Meantime, between time, nobody's concentrating on when your database is fast enough and decentralized enough. Is your application ready to be able to now utilize that as its source of knowledge and can now be a live application? We're going to be talking about graph applications meeting decentralized storage databases. Done. Like when we're talking about like you being able to use Chainlink. If Chainlink becomes the number one thing, Chainlink is a big ass database. If it's Matic is cheap. So maybe it's Matic, maybe it's Polkadot. So we don't know. Polkadot is what's going to scale Ethereum. Matic is supposed to scale Ethereum, but both of them have been getting love in the universal chains. Well, at least more Matic than Polkadot. Polkadot's getting there. And of course, we know Solana is no bueno. It's going to have some dope ass games. We know it's straight up centralized. So you're basically investing in a centralized database. That's the just consider them to be like the Apple blockchains right now. That's the best way to put Solana. Solana's Apple. I don't know who's going to be Google. It might be Matic. So we have to see. But first things first, they've been with the worst, right? Because look, you can look at the trades and everything else, and everybody like, yeah, look at this rally. No. Look, you hit your head right on that weekly. You smacked your head right off that weekly. There's only one. When you break a purple, there's only one place to go. Consensus. Back to the other purple. Y'all see where I drew these lines. Y'all saw I drew these lines a while ago. I said from here to here, what did we do? Boom, boom, boom. I say from here to here, what are we doing? Boom, boom, boom. What are we going to do? Boom, boom, boom. That's a 7% drop. Another 7% drop. That's 14. That's like a whole 14. That's not even like a half a 14. That's a whole 14. Right? So now let's even do what we talked about, right? Let's do our monthly lines. And we look at our monthly lines. Now, look what does the charts do? When y'all are playing in the options market, right? When y'all are playing in the options market, because y'all know y'all be playing in them options markets. And when y'all playing in them options markets, what happens when you go up? What is it like to do? Even if it's not a gap up, but what is it like to do? Doesn't it like to come back and touch support? Doesn't it like to touch support before it goes back up? So it comes here, bounce, 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 comes up, bounces back down. What did it do? Did it not come back to touch support? Look, the market don't give a damn. The market wants to touch support. It came up here, it ran up here, it did this crazy thing, and then it had to come back here. Regardless of what it was, whatever instituted this thing to happen, it happened. But what did it do? It played on the chart exactly like it's supposed to play. Yes, it did dip down further, right? Yes, we noticed that. We did know and realize we did dip down further. Now, I didn't go any further down because there was no need. We're still on a run up. Now, the only thing that I'm saying, I'm not saying bruh. We already are doing, like, look at how much we already lost in market value. So like when we say we're going through a colossal crash, y'all already gone through half of it. They've been spooking you with so many other things. Y'all didn't even realize you already lost value, like substantial value in the assets already. So when I say that there's a crash, I'm not thinking that Armageddon's coming, because y'all already went through half of Armageddon and y'all ain't doing nothing. Look, from the top, now we here. Y'all already did damn near 20-something%. Look, that's not me. That's right here, going down here, where we are, damn here, now we here. So on the Russell already did a 20% damn drop. Ain't that freaking damn, that's half of a freaking crash right there. If we're talking about a 40% crash, so we only need another 20, and y'all did the first 20 like it ain't nothing. And the way they're doing this staggered approach, they may be able to get out without a significant crash. If the people get out of their options in a slow fashion, they might be able to keep this down. And since so many people are in the stock market, who knows? Maybe we can kind of collapse it. I can kind of see what they're trying to do. Now, what do I say? I know that it goes down significant, but I know it's going to basically, even if it's worst case, like hell on earth, damnation and brimstone, right? If it's like on some fire and brimstone-ish, right? This is where we need to be, right? Started from the bottom, now we here. This right here. This line right here. So we're going to highlight that. We're going to keep that highlighted. Look, y'all. Like right here. This line right here. Let me scroll it in. Let's scroll it in so we can see it. Y'all, that is it. That is it. That's where I see it. Like when we say we think we're going to be like doing like some Trump, we've already lost so much value. Now, of course, don't get it twisted. I'm not going to sit there and say that I'm hoping that's where it stops. Again, if we hit this 100, wait, hold on. Actually, hold on. Actually, bye. Here we go. Boom, we've crossed over here. So on the weekly, now if we breach this, that is extreme bear market. I don't know how far we fall. I don't know if we go all the way back down to these parts, or if I got to start mapping back down here someplace. I have no idea. I'm just getting into looking at the economy from a macro level. But I can tell you right now, bruh. Well, no, my shorts are in. I've been keeping an eye on them. We did go, as you can see, we did lose a substantial percentage of our, well, we went down 9%. Jesus. But I'm still profitable. So, but again, this was the options for Bitcoin just expired this weekend. So we're going to see how this plays out. Because again, hold on. Let me show you something. Bruh. This week is going to be serious. Where is it? Let me go to the weekly. Boom, right here. This week is something serious because look what we're getting ready to converge against. On the weekly, we're getting ready to converge against. Hello. Is you running? Hey. Okay, we back. My thing acting stupid. All right, here we go. So now, with everything that else is going, we can potentially get down there. Now, we've got some other problems to deal with. So while this is my hopium, there's your hope. I got you some hopium. But let's do the macro like damn Raekwon said. Damn it, Raekwon. Why'd you have to make me remember that we do have the other side of the game to deal with, which is what does our bank accounts look like? How's our, well, let's get this pocket watching going. Did they give us the December numbers yet? 2019, December was 7.3. December was 7.9. Okay. So people were saving a little bit of money. Some bank accounts increased. Some people sold some shares and some bank accounts increased. This is not the general public. This is just in general. But that means there is a little bit more capital that came in over December's 2019 numbers. So now there's a little bit more money in the bank accounts, but we're still pre-pandemic. We are still pre-Rona levels. So we're still before the March, let's give everybody some guap, right? So we're still pre-Rona with 7.3 and 7.9. So I don't know how much actual, what up, Mean Gene? I don't know actually how much money people got to put and buy the quote unquote dip. Now, we can't look at people's pockets without also verifying whether or not insiders are still selling stocks at large numbers. Insider selling, right? So let's go ahead and do a Google search in the news and verify. We're going to go to tools, check recent, and let's hit the past 24 hours. Insiders at Century Communities Inc. sold 30 million. That was 3 hours ago, y'all. There you go. So if we still have insiders selling 30 million worth of stock, possibly indicating weakness of the future. Of course, that's that thing I told y'all about. So 30 million over the past year. So that was last year. So that might have been last year's numbers in the last 12 months. So this was all they're selling off of last year. Hold on, 9 months. Okay. All right. Let's see. Apex insiders place bullish bet. So we got somebody buying. Insiders who sold earlier this year didn't have to weather this week's slide of 13%. So people sold earlier this year. All right, let's see what this is. Beeks Trading Corporation fell 13% in last week. They sold over the last year. So still, it's seemingly last year's sell orders. I'm still looking for, but it's still seeming like they're announcing this quarter what they sold off. But price down inside of my sold 7.6 point. Hold on, 7.6 million. When did they sell it? Looking transactions. During the past year. Simply Wall Street. Here we go. They're just stealing news from another robot. $1.5 million. Oh, shit. All right. So we do still have some insider selling. Well, what they're doing is the inside people, when I say insiders, think of it this way. Insiders are executives. So it can be the CEO. It can be the chief operating officer. It can be a vice president of human resources. The people that get shares, typically executives take a pay cut, get shares, company shares, instead of getting a salary. Then at the end of the year, or when at the end of the year, they'll take, or the beginning of the year, depending on when they want to do it, they'll take their profits. So January's profit taken and December's typically losses and some profit taking. And then what you do is you sell your shares, and then now you have your current. Instead, you would have your what's better than working at the company and then getting. You can sell out and get millions of dollars rather than just getting a salary. Yeah. So all of the people that are inside all the executive offices are insiders. Or they could be on the board of directors. So you could have a board of directors and they're getting shares to help monitor the business and give them insight. So you'll have a board of directors, and on that board will be people, captains of industry, or people that have certain skill sets or networks that you can now use and leverage. And what they want to be able for you to leverage their networks is shares. So now your board of directors would get some shares to be able to utilize helping you scale your business. So like getting a Warren Buffett on the board. And then Berkshire's buying shares of your company. Now all of a sudden you're got all his and the company's network opportunities to be able to grow your business and all the marketing that comes with that. So now you've given them shares. They have interest in seeing your company blow up because they want to they want to buy low or get, very low shares at a good price. And then as they help you and your company grows up or blows up, then boom, they can start selling. But then what I'm looking for is that's the insider selling. Now there's insider trading, and that's different. That's the negative side. That is what some of these senators are doing that they're getting away with. And or if you've got people at a company, or what's going on in the NFT market, right? What's going on in OpenSea is insider selling. In the crypto space, where you get access to an NFT before anybody else, you know about it, you get access to that information, you buy it, and then now you can sell it for a profit, but you shouldn't have been able to do that. You shouldn't have been able to know when the mint was going to happen. You shouldn't have been able to use the URL to be able to be the first one there to grab it. That type of shit. So this insider selling that I'm looking at is saying, okay, why am I looking at this information and why is it even important? The reason why I'm even looking at the insider selling thing is if I'm on the stock, let's go to S&P 500. Now, if I've got insiders selling right now, they're selling right here. When do you think they're going to get their profit back in? When do you think they're going to come back into the market? You think they're going to come back in the market even here? Or do you think they're going to come back down here? So if I see there's still a bunch of insiders selling here and we don't have enough in our bank account to keep buying the dip, and then we still know we got interest rates that are going up that's going to raise prime on anything dealing with credit and loans, which is going to make it harder on folks to get credit. So that's not just you and me That's corporations and businesses who need loans and maybe are over leveraged right now and maybe are on the edge. And even with this inflation, like gas and trucking and the fueling for trucking and the employees that I got to pay now, I got to pay even more for an employee. So no disrespect. Yeah, now I got to go from $18 an hour for somebody to do something for us to even make deliveries to now be like $25 or $30 an hour to keep up with everybody else throwing money at the problem to bring staff in, when at the underlying of everything else, automation is coming in to destroy all of it. And God Elon getting ready to throw that damn robot out sometime in the next 2 years. Elon's robot. While everybody thinks he's gonna save everybody, no, he gonna put all of y'all out of work. And I'm not saying this is coming now. I'm not even saying this is going to work. And this isn't real. This is a guy in a suit. But he just wanted to show that it was going to be limber. He's like, it should be just like a human. Elon Musk, it's more important for Tesla to make a robot than new car models this year. Nobody wants to do new car models. And they can be a-holes about it. And I'm not celebrating Tesla or nothing. But the chip shortage, he's smarter doing this because he can use Raspberry Pis in this. He can come up with new chips for this. He can't put those new special chips in a car this year. And there's a lot of car manufacturers that are not doing new models this year because it makes no sense. All they know is debt. That's every corporation. And we've got what they call zombie corporations. Man, they got some crazy keywords out here. Zombie corporations. They got Resident Evil out in the streets. And zombie licenses for nursing homes. Here we go. Zombie companies. The zombie company problem and what it means for our economies. And that's what it's called. Zombie company, right? So let's try that. Instead of zombie corporation, let's try zombie company. Stocks. Stop playing with me. Oh, they want to. All right, you don't want to go news. That's fine. I got you. Zombie stocks. Zombies are companies that earn just enough money to continue operating and service their what? Debt. So again, interest rate going up, but are unable to pay off their debt. So their interest rate is just enough that they can pay it, but they can't pay it off. So they're paying bare minimum. Does that sound familiar for like regular ass people? Well, regular ass people own corporations and businesses. And these regular ass people who can't even manage their own pockets are managing company pockets. Oh, by the way, these same people who cannot manage their company pockets are also in, they're your senators and governors and mayors. They also manage paper. And by the way, that paper over there don't seem to be working either. They can't manage that shit either. So if you think they can't manage their paperwork for their own personal ish, then you think they're going to manage their business paperwork right. And then since they're now senators and they still got businesses, now they're managing the paper of the entire economy. And they're messing that up too. This is what we're dealing with, y'all. So now, what happens with said zombie stock when interest rates go up? See, this is why I say there ain't nothing to buy here. I don't got time to give you a course. I don't got time because as a company, I got to worry about, as Raekwon said, the freaking cap populace that's about to happen. Like we have SM Zeus right now happening in the business world. Are you serious? Y'all are basically pumping up plays to these fake ass companies. And now that you can't afford no more, y'all about to just let these artists drop. The SM Zeus thing that we lived through that failed, we in the music industry get to see it again. Y'all understand that, right? That's how dope we are. Musicians. Do you realize you were the first one to fall to this digital transition? Weren't you on a shelf first? Weren't you in stores? Didn't they have whole stores for you? Big music factories and music worlds, and then all of a sudden the buildings disappeared, the analog. Then the physical disc disappeared. You don't go to a store and buy it. You don't even go to Walmart and look for CDs no more unless you want it to be Christmas, old school music now crap. So the music industry was the first industry to get digitized out of analog existence. You don't even need radio stations. You know, towers, the old school, that's still analog, y'all. Even if it is, using vibrations of the air, you still had to buy a physical hardware. You still have to buy hardware, but you have it in your hand anyway. You don't need a second. Like if you go to a home, you could take your phone with you, period. You still have it in your hand. You can use your own phone as a Wi-Fi device, bring your TV in, hook your TV up to it, and now you could sit, even though you're going to run out your internet, but I'm just saying, if you wanted to, you could. So we were the first ones to lose it, right? Think about the studios in New York City and in Los Angeles, in Texas, in Tennessee, in Louisiana, in Nashville, in New York, even in Chicago and Canada, right? Look at how many we had years ago, and look at all the analog of those buildings gone. Those old school legacy, they've been recording for like 100 years type beat. Poof. Vamoose on a oh, yo, Pete, it's a for sizzle my nizzle used to dribble down in VA. So that's what we got to deal with. We've got empty businesses. Now, my lovely fiance has a culinary business. Now we're trying to get into stoves with her food now, right? Because the catering side of her business doesn't make sense anymore. I ain't trying to be out here. I ain't trying to be out here with that, right? And then of course labor issues. Even in our field, we got labor issues to deal with. Analog, physicality. Now, some of the stuff we were doing, we do what's called pop-ups, right? So we're in corporate buildings. Now, pre-Transformers and Rona, we would go to locations and those buildings were already were emptying, where corporations and businesses were leaving. Now, remember, I told you I used to work for a venture capital firm who wasn't using their own software, i.e. eat your own dog food, to be able to scale and leverage your business, right? So this company no longer had access to venture capital. This is 2016. That's when I got laid off. So we had no capital to venture capital. That's the first thing that dries up, is the VC money. And he couldn't get no more VC money. And then his clients started tightening their pockets. Again, this is 2016. Then he left a building that he was renting and then did the WeWork thing. And then we went from the WeWork thing to you go home thing. So we were already doing remote in 2016. Now, fast forward. You think we're going back to that? Y'all, this was happening pre all this other crap. Ghost kitchens type B, yes. And even McDonald's is doing that. These ghost kitchens are jumping up. And employees are not I don't have this great resignation. Y'all's time is more important than anything else on the planet. And I worked for cheap labor. I worked as cheap labor as a kid too. But at some point in time, we got to put away childish things. And thinking that we can keep using human labor as slave labor and non-creative as a non-creative force, and think that we can keep an economy that's only because our quote unquote dollar is the stable coin of the planet at the time. We are the stable coin for now. But as they like to say, the we are the trade currency. We are the dollar standard, right? No, right now you're the stable coin. If we're going to talk this, we're going to talk this. It's all crypto. You're all digital. We're all digital. We're all on the federal rolls at this point. If you don't believe me, if you don't know, now you know. Here you are right here. Here's your consumer credit owned and what is that word? Securitized. What does it say? The total of it. And this is the Fed, the St. Louis Federal Reserve. Boom. You are securitized. Stop playing with me. Securitized, bonded. You are under bonds, stock market. You're indebted, debts tendered. You know, the dollar, look at it. This is for all debts tendered. Debt. But you hold no God currency, gold, silver, or Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is at least 21 million. But I wouldn't sit there and say I would hold 100% of my assets in any crypto. I would diversify and I would earn it. I would rather figure out how I earn my digital, just like how I earned my standard digital through PayPal and had my exit port be my debit business card that I could swipe and get some Church's Fried Chicken. Back in 2007, 2000, yes, 2007, 2008. Even really 2006, 2007, because it was harder in Macon earlier. All of the all the music companies that already dipped out on us. Right? So one of the things that's happening, and I want to show you boom, 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 boom. No, not images. Go to the news. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, here we go. New scientists. Boom, 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 boom. See that? Robot performs keyhole surgery on pigs with little help from doctors. An autonomous surgical robot joins sections of the intestine. Hold on, block. Get out of my face. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, here we go. Sections of the intestine inside the abdominal cavities of live pigs with limited intervention from human surgeons. Which, you know, I have to probably subscribe to their blah, 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 and I'm not going to do none of that. So, but, again, here's the Guardian talking about the same thing. Same imagery, of course, because it's all the same thing. But now we ain't going to do it. The robot surgeon will see you now. For years, the world of medicine has steadily advancing the art of robot assistant procedures, enabling doctors to enhance their technique inside the operating theater. Wow, that's what they call it, the operating theater. All right. Now, U.S. researchers say a robot has successfully performed keyhole surgery. Means poke a hole, boom, I can stick in the tools and inside you doing stuff. On pigs, all on its own without the guiding hand of a human. Because, y'all, if you have the puppeteer puppeting said machine, all you have to do, since the machine is watching everything, is throw it through some machine learning algorithms and have it be in a virtual environment, doing that over and over and over again until it got perfect. One day, fully automated surgery on patients. So doctor no longer needed. You are fired. Goodbye. I'm not saying it's this year, but now am I going to now look for these corporations? Am I going to look for these companies to see if that's going to be my pivot? Like, look, you can believe in the analog and you can see all the risk of not anything happening, or you can remember the Trail of Tears led from the oceans to Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know, Black Wall Street that everybody want to talk about. But ain't nobody doing no Wall Street, but I want to talk about Black Wall Street. Do your Wall Street, man. Get your commodities up. You know that price is scarce as hell. Are y'all trading? Y'all worried about food. Are y'all trading food? If you go to the grocery store and you think things are missing and you can see that and you are driving around in your neighborhoods, do you realize that's how people would find out what stocks to buy, like FUBU, by going to Alexander, Stearns, Macy's, and seeing what was on the shelves, what people were actually buying, and just being a spy, and then going back to their offices and placing their bids? And they would pay people to go across all of the cities and all of the stores and just keep counters and just click, 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 click. So, how do you do it now? It's called search engines. It's called Google Trends. It's called Twitter. It's called even data aggregating. Using these APIs, gather your data and start hunting for deals. What's going on in the commodities market? Is frost going to affect? Y'all need to go back, and you know who did this? Who did it? Who did it? Y'all need to go back and watch this. Trading Places, Eddie Murphy. Y'all need to go back and watch this movie. And remember what he was doing in this movie. What were they actually trading? Orange juice contracts. Orange juice. Y'all think, hold on. Y'all don't get it. The next big squeeze, Florida orange juice could skyrocket in price. Citrus disease, freezing temperatures, and more supply chain problems means growers can't meet heightened demand for the state's liquid gold. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? This is the hypnitis, y'all. If they want you worried about food, then figure out what food you're supposed to be worried about. Do you have a surplus of food in the store? Does it make sense that there'll be a shortage? Do you actually see fruits being frozen? Are you looking at the news in the state on YouTube to see whether or not there actually is freezing going on, like in the news? Are they talking about freezing? What about using weather sources for the zip codes in the areas where the farms are and seeing whether or not the temperatures are at 32 degrees or not? How about making a robot that just tracks it and keeps a track over time for you? Y'all get it? Hold on. I'll show you again. Ba ba ba. Da da da. And it's in the cloud. And it's on a desktop, Windows and Mac available. You can do it yourself on a Raspberry Pi or a PC. Yeah. All right, that's all I want to say. Get your APIs up, homie. There's websites that have the zip codes. There's websites that have APIs. All you have to do is find out where the farms are. Don't farms have a name? Can't you research the name of the farm and find out where that farm is on Google? So let's try this. Let's do a research project. How would Tragic try to find a farm? All right, let's see. I want fresh oranges. Let's go to let's fresh orange. Right? Whoa. So what does it say? Fresh navel orange grows. Okay, Haley grows. Florida navel oranges. Okay, Florida navel oranges. So from Haley Groves. All right, so where is Haley Groves in Florida? This Haley Groves address. Boom. There you go. There's your zip code where you need to put inside your robot, whatever weather app that you have, and get your weather data from this and keep it and log it to, say, a Google Sheet or something like that, and just have it every day check. Now, if it is over 30 degrees every single day for a section of time, you might think that the oranges are going to be spoiled. So now you might be able to go ahead and buy some calls because you think that the market's going to go up. You see, data is the new oil. Like I said in the last video. Man, I didn't do this up front. I didn't think about this yesterday or before I shot this. I'm just showing you in real time what it means if you take the information you already know about yourself, which is that y'all did commerce. Y'all traded. Y'all had businesses. And when you were trading the businesses that you were helping to grow. That's how you did trade. The stock market wasn't a bunch of paper, y'all. It was actual physical businesses. You invested in businesses in your local town. Go back and feel yourself. Pause, but true. Hold on, let me show y'all. Variety store, drugstore, some recreation place. General Office of R&B Council. So you got a council member. St. Luke Denny Savings Bank. So you had a savings bank that was investing in companies in their township. Swaggy P-type beats. Right? So when I tell you just get back to feeling yourself, I need, look, office supply, Durham office supply. If you had an office supply store, would that not mean you had a bunch of people who had offices? Why would I need a supply store for offices if I ain't had no office? Beauty salons. My shoe, right? So again, like, go beer. So bars, of course we have bars, motel, hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Say what? So you probably had tourism too. Y'all see? Look at y'all look at y'all grandma swagging up. Y'all great grandma swagging up. So when I tell y'all got to get back into y'all charts, y'all were investing in businesses. And right now, if you're looking at the analog, what are you going to invest in? If we already know our music has become digitized, then everything is digital. So that means movies will be digital, which means even the creation of movies will be digital. So now you're looking at what small companies are getting content. Who is the content aggregator? Who is helping people scale out their businesses? Who's helping people scale out their media? Who's helping people scale out their advertising? Because at this point in time, what we're going to have, like I've been telling y'all, is the gross domestic product will be media, because there ain't shit else. Entertainment products or services, software services. But at some point in time, you're going to run out of things because everybody's doing the same thing. Now, unless you're going to be in virtual worlds, rebuilding a whole bunch of other stuff, and that's going to be a whole nother thing. But I'll be investing in the people that do that. I'm not doing that again. I did it in Second Life. I'm not going back through that. I will hire good people that manufacture good stuff. I will license it from them and they'll get royalties. Boom. Ain't that the same thing I would do if I had a fashion line in real life? Yeah. Okay. So understand that your business office, your office that you conduct your business, that real estate doesn't need to be a physical location other than where you sleep at, your home. You can sit there and write off a part of your house, wherever you have your office, You can write it off. Measure out, know the square foot of your domicile. If it is your apartment, know the square footage of your apartment. Just measure the damn walls, do some math, figure out square feet. Measure out the entire square foot of your apartment, or know it, because sometimes they'll have it in your lease. Know the square foot of your house. If you have a house, upstairs, downstairs, know the square foot of your entire home. Then pick a room, make that your office, measure out that room, or you already have your measurements, but take that measurement of that room and you can now write that thing off. Now put a business line in that room as far as a business internet line, and now you can write off the business internet line on your personal taxes. And start writing off your business deductions. As a business, remember, they turned you into an independent contractor by now telling Venmo, Cash App, and all these other places at $600 you need to get a 1099 form. Guess what, y'all? When I work with any damn company in the world and they have a license, an EIN number, a corporate number identity, me personally, my freelance ass gets a 1099, a W-9 that turns into a 1099, and I got to file taxes. Anything over $600, guess what? You're all independent contractors. You know, cash flow quadrant we talked about. You are what you SB? What you SB? Employee, time equals money. Self-employed, time equals money. Business owner, employees, or leverage of your business, software, automation, because that's still trying to think with humans involved, equals money. And your money will equal money as an investor. So I took this, me being an employee, did this, became self-employed, designing websites, learning how to build websites, learning how to do graphics, learning how to do CD covers, selling CD covers. As it says, I'm a music producer, right? So if I'm making beats and people are buying my beats and I say, hey, you made a beat on my beat, why don't I do the CD cover for you for free? And then people see all of my artwork, I can build it out that way. So now when somebody buys a beat, you can give them a CD cover. See the hustle? You gotta give a little bit more than everybody else. Now, that's some hard work. You're saying that if you sell a beat for $50, you're not only just you're selling them the beat, you're also, if they come back with a song, are willing to spend whatever time it is to do a CD cover for it, and it be semi-dope. If you can outsource it, Fiverr, then there you go. Doesn't mean you have to work it. Then you take the money that you get here and the fact that as an employee, and you take your extra time in your evening, making some extra money, start to shape and build some type of business for yourself by building a website and being able to take clients in that site, right? So that you can scale it. You can use Fiverr and freelancer.com to be your workforce to get some of that labor off, since you're doing this to get your business going, and you can pay them with what you're making here, and you could take some of that revenue that comes from here or here, and you can put it into things that earn for you. 10% of your earnings should always go to investments anyway. Richest Man in Babylon. It's a good book. And it's about us. It talks about the Levant. Moorish customs too. Man in Babylon. Richest man in Babylon. Babylon. I want images, man. George S. Clayson. This is the cover I got. Damn it, man. I just want the image. There you go. Where are you? There it is. I'm over here. Richest man in Babylon. Great book. Great book. See that? Look at that. Look at that. Just so you know what time it's on. I just want you to know what time it's on. They want it to be like this, but that's not the time it's on. It's on this time right here. All right. Just wanted to let you know. Richest man in Babylon. So, out of these quadrants, you want to be in here, but I love leveraging this, being an employee, getting this extra time to be able to make some extra cash flow, and taking this to pay my bills, this to be able to put into here and or here. And again, with this, I can write off things over here. As far as not write this off, I get paid as an employee, and because my business has subscriptions, I'm buying like my internet, business internet, all of that's over here. Well, then guess what I can do? I can write off some of that, and my taxes over here, I can reduce my tax burden here because of this. And whatever I earn here as well, because of that, the write-offs I do here, I can end here, because you can do these like Photoshop. Buying a license from Photoshop, even if it's at $19 a month, you can write that off. And then when you write it off, it can come off of here, your actual, like your taxes that you get from your job. See, that's why having a business is important. People don't even think about the tax write-offs you get. And it doesn't start at you needing to get an LLC. All you do is start writing off your taxes. Get your TurboTax game up. Business, home and business. TurboTax will walk you through starting your shop. Let the lobbies don't want you, the government, to just send you a piece of paper and say this is how much you owe. They pay a lot of money to make sure that their software is in front of the whole tax game. Use it and take advantage of it. Because now you're not even going to get audited if you follow what they're asking you. Do you have a business? Yes. What is the square foot of your office? They're going to ask you all these questions. Everything that I'm telling you to do, I did because TurboTax told me to. Home and business. Let me see where I left off at. All right. Talked about options. Buying back in Bitcoin. First week of February. Why I might. Let me show you why. We're going to go back in time to 2017. You can see that on the bottom down here. 2017 to 2018. That was the last halving cycle to the Bitcoin drop, right? So pump up, drop. That'd be 2020 through 2021. And now we're on the other side of that here in 2022. This is us. This is what's happening right now. So why I say I might come back here in February is this. Let me zoom in and come down here. Come down. Here we go. So the run up, the subsequent crash, right? First week of January, second week of January, third week of January, fourth week of January. So we have some type of significant, fourth week of January, here, significant dip between that last week of January and then the first week of February. You can see we're pretty much on a bottom. Now, when you see a next significant bottom is down here, and that's November, right? I know exactly where that is. That's the November dip, right? So at that November dip point, so what ends up happening is it crashes, right? Bounces. This is the people sell their shares. Then they get they start getting taxes back from the first wave. This is when things were flowing fast. Right now, it's going to be delayed because, our our IRS is behind again. Then it pumps up. Then it crashes down right around March. People selling to get ready to get their April checks, come back in. It goes back up, and then it falls back down, right? So now you're looking at June. Now I told you there's a June, July dip, but it didn't really pop. It popped up, and there's our July dip back down, just slammed right back to that, goes up, slams right back to that. Then it waits till November and then falls down. So basically your baseline is, see, in February, it touched that line. So if you catch it when it makes this significant fall somewhere in there, if it happens, again, these are all potentials. I just go off of what the potential might be based off the past happening with the past halving cycle with Bitcoin. Why is that important? The halving cycle, and let me actually pull up my trading bot and load up my old seasons of Bitcoin so you can see it. Seasons of Bitcoin. Save. Where's my load? The seasons of Bitcoin 2021. There we go. Give me a second, y'all. So I can show you. Hey, there we go. So seasons of Bitcoin. Let's go back in the past. Here's our halving cycle that we just had, the 2020 in May 20. If we go back, you can see, and let me just drag it over a bit. Here was the last halving cycle back in 2016. You can see at the bottom, 2016, and then you can see it ran up and then crashed down. And then it bounced, and then it falls down. And then, and you can see there's as I said, Bitcoin has a systemic pattern. And then that pattern gets more significant when you throw in reducing how much you earn from mining Bitcoin by half every X amount of cycles. So the next halving cycle is 2024, when all the economists say we're going to have this rally back in the economy. So everything is lining up for Bitcoin and everything else to fall pretty much where it needs to fall. Hold on one second. There we go. So what I'm doing is mapping that out and then position based off of that. So y'all know I bought my Bitcoin shorts back in the beginning of November, which is the BTC 3S KuCoin shorts. I'm on KuCoin exchange with my BTC shorts. Now I bought it back. Hold on. Actually, I'm gonna use my trading bot so that you can see where I'm gonna load that back up. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. On the day. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me go to the 4 hour. All right, it falls down and it all falls down. So this is January 22nd. Oh, I know what I need to do. Sorry, y'all. Let me do this and let me hit refresh. That's what's throwing me off. When you change it's on Coinigy, when you change the chart, then all of a sudden the dots don't fold where they're supposed to. So now these are flowing where they're supposed to. Now you can see where I actually bought. So here we go. So you can see I bought some positions back here in January 18th down here. So, and I started really ramping up with my purchases with my robot after that. So I did significant individual trades here to get and load up on some stuff. And then after that, you see the bot's been playing in and out of all of these trades, making its scalps. So now you can see as a market maker how the robot has been able to pull off. Where are you? Did I close you? I probably did. Because I'm a numbnuts. Whoa. There it is. Hold on one second, y'all. Bots. And now I can drag it over here. Because I'm a numbnuts. So, whoa. All right. So then now you can see the representation of the bot playing those trades, right? On the 1 hour. We can put it on the, say, the 1 day. So that you can just see that the bot has traded and made all these trades. Even though, like I said, on the 1 hour, this looks insane because it's been making a ton of trades. So anyway, BTC has been playing at 7% up. Total profit and loss 7%. Total gain of the bot has been 17% in 15 days, y'all. So this is why during crypto winter, during the time, and let me go back to my actual Bitcoin chart. As I told you, crypto went. Oh, hold on. No, it's better to go back to this season's of Bitcoin. Load it. Hey. So that way, because I still got to put the halving cycle on there. So here, from when it crashed from from 2016, 17, when it crashed down, February. So from February all the way to here, which would be March of 2020, right? So from February 2018 to March of 2020 is the significant crypto winter. So I'm expecting, for the most part, this to play out the same exact way. This February might be the best sniping time to catch what would be that November catch early down here, and then letting my robot trade that little pump back up. And then now my robot just trade. And then maybe here turn off my bot so that when it comes down here and crashes, boom, buy back to, again, not sell any of my shares, but be able to capture a little bit more of a schnitzel, and then bang, run this run up. Now, this is, of course, me talking about Bitcoin and snatching up some Bitcoin at these lower parts of February. February 1st is potential drop zone, and this, of course, November drop zone. So now if we come forward in time and we're looking here, that would be February, first week of February is right here. So when this comes up, or let's go to my actual current seasons of Bitcoin so that we can actually do it with a live play. Let's zoom out. Let's zoom over. Let's zoom this down. There we go. Now stretch this back out. Bow. Let me see you. Bow. There you go. So this dip and potentially this dip. This one right here is the one I'm watching. So I might come into this. Come down. And wherever this is on this day, I may bite a good sizable portion here and have my robots begin trading on it. So then again, I'm not worried about if Bitcoin drops any further. Why? Because my robots can follow that dip down like it did here, and then still keep notching out profits. So even as the market plays weirdo, we know we still got a 1.4%. Now, this is during a correction right now. And of course, I'm using the shorts. So volatility is my friend here. So that's why I'm using these to gain more USDT, use my USDT to buy more shorts or long positions if they get cheap. So I might buy some BTC longs when they get to about $5. This BTC3L is the long. I might buy the BTC long position, buy like 500 shares of that, and then trade that as well. So I'll be on the short and the long side of the trade. And then use both of those trades, earning that USDT, to buy the BT, to convert it back to USDC, because I told you I want to hold USDC just until this whole housing thing, because again, there's a thing in China called corporate paper. I think it's corporate paper. Is that commercial paper? Yes, it's commercial paper, not corporate paper. So commercial paper. There we go. Commercial paper is a form of unsecured short-term debt commonly issued by companies to finance their payrolls, payables, inventories, and other short-form liabilities. Okay? Commercial paper. Keep an eye on this. I want to show you something. Watch what I'm about to show you. I want to show you something. Tether, Bitcoin, and Chinese commercial paper at scale. Tether, da 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 da. What does that have to? Okay, hold on. What does that have to do? About half of all Bitcoin trades against stablecoin USD Tether, according to data from blah 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 blah, which is backed by is in commercial paper. So some of the assets that back US dollar Tether is in commercial paper. Now it doesn't hold directly Evergrande commercial paper. What did I show you about zombie companies? Well, they're over there too. They use the same formats. So that's why I say I will take the USDT here on this trade, and then my strategy will be, hold on, USDC. Convert, hold on. Hold on. Hold up. Let me start a new bot. It's better if I do that. Start a new bot. I'm going to SBot, which is sideways bot, because we're going to be sideways through crypto winter. And then up here in pair, I'm going to put USDC. Right? Now you can see what you can trade in USDC on KuCoin's exchange. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take this USDC and then I'm going to put the BTC USDC. Yes, it's not that much in their percentages, but as I showed y'all in the last video, I'll be able to take whatever this is and do better with it. So this might be 1% here, but that ain't going to be, hold on. If I click on it, I'll show you what they're doing. Look. So what they have their set up as, and this is why I said I can do better than theirs. So let's just show, let me show you. Maybe I can show you better than I can tell you. What they have set, let's do a back test on it. Their back test says at 30 days, it's going to be 3.65%. So if we do, okay, cool. My OBS was acting up. All right, so now I can take my 2.98 because I want 2% between my grid steps. That's these lines you see here.